Okay, uh, coming back into a mine that have visited before, and this mine goes back to about 1889, operated all the way back up into the late 1920s, and this is one of the access points to be able to get into this old mine. Right there, you might be able to see some of the daylight coming up. So, dropped a glow stick right there. So, gonna be heading in this direction to look at some of the workings, the original workings of this mine that date back to from 1889 to circa 1900 in this section right here. So conditions are very nice so far. No fog, good temperature, good airflow. So anyway, this is a pretty large area. So going to be going into. So just going to be taking a look at some different things and keep an eye out. Any other things might have missed on a previous visit quite some time ago. So, all right, we'll start heading in this direction. All right. Yeah, very dry. Yeah, it's great. So, this is an ore mine, of course, and the ore seam average anywhere between 20 feet to almost 30 feet in thickness in some areas. So, they just, in the early years of this mine opening, they just carved everything out they saw. So there's no definitive passageways or anything like that. So this right here is where the minecart rails would have been. You can see there's a remains of a stacked rock wall left from the miners. Had some shale fall from the top, and so that little rock wall would have gone all the way around into this section here, right there. So you've got upper levels in here. You've got you can see there's remains of where the cross ties were. So you've got access into an upper section that way, but we're going to be maneuvering around this way here in just a minute, get around that huge support pillar, and see about trying to go on up. So incredible mine, very historic, man, very well preserved. Okay. Crossing over into this next section here. And that's interesting. That's some scat right there. I'm not sure if that's from a raccoon or something a little bit bigger. So it's one thing you always got to be aware of coming into some of these mines that an animal can access. You have to always sometimes be leery of that, man, because it's cold outside. You could have coyotes, foxes, of course, raccoons. You could have anything. Even so much, if it's a big open one, you can even so much as have a hog in here, a wild hog, which have been known to go into some of those open mines like a coal drift mine or something. So you always do have to be a little leery about that. So anyway, we'll push on around to the other side here. Okay, that's an upper section right there. There's remains of rock staircase going up there on the other side, and we'll come back to that later. That's about 25 feet up right there. There's some bats. quite a few bats. There you go. Got some remains of some wooden timber supports right there. Like I said, man, there's just no rhyme or reason to how they extracted this ore, man. You know, they made sure they had like support pillars and columns in place. But let's look back. Got a huge adit up there. Got this 130, 40-year-old wood right here, which is everywhere. So, all right. And it goes back, I'm not sure how far back that goes. But anyway, that's remarkable. Those are still standing. Probably not for long, but anyway, probably come back here 10 years from now and probably still be standing. So you can see there was a collapse down the other side. That's a breakthrough. Would have been into a lower work passageway, a work header. So all right, what we'll do is we'll have a look over here for just a few minutes, and then what we'll do is try to double back. Okay, so went back behind where I'm standing, and nothing of significance. Passageway's blocked, so start making my way back out over this section, past those two timber supports and around to the right. So. All right, and probably head up into the upper level after this, one of the upper levels. Huge area. All right, we'll take a look over here. All right, head straight back down. So the ceiling's probably a good 25 feet high. Over in that section, it's got to be a good 30, 40 feet high, maybe higher. You got these timber supports. They're actually trees cut down outside, brought inside here, measured up against how high they would need a support, timber support, wedged into place. So these are probably trees going back to the early 1890s. So the tree's probably about 10, 15 years older than that, possibly. So, but anyway, impressive that they're still standing. You get where the mine cart tracks would have been, right there. There's a narrow opening over there on the other side. Not going through that. But anyway, impressive. They're still standing. So you got this big hollowed out section right here they extracted the ore from. You see that hole up there that leads into another upper section. Right there. All right, so what we're going to do is go back to where it came up from and head the other direction there. All right, we're going to head over this section on the other level here. That's amazing. That's about 25 feet high. It's amazing. There's not much left of the timber support, but incredible. Still standing. Lots of timber. They probably had this whole passageway lined with all these timber supports, probably looks like every 20 feet apart, 25 feet apart maybe. So, all right, we'll just start heading up over this direction. All right. Actually standing on a bunch of loose rock, shale, everything. Miners just stacked up here probably 130 years ago. So got the remains of, this is where the tramway line was. Little stacked rock wall here, always impressive to see. So we're going to go around the corner here. Section of tramway rail right there, going back to the 1890s. And coming up here is probably the best historical find for this section of the mine, or maybe the whole mine itself. Right here. Straight ahead is a fully intact 1890s minecart. Right there. Something must have happened to it. It's broke or something. They just left it in place. Right there. Pretty impressive. There's no way to get it out. I mean, look at all that's come down. Jammed it in there. So, but very impressive. Yeah, there's a few photos of mine carts like this, circa 1890s. So you got that's where the cotter pin would have gone into to hook up these mine carts. That right there is brake section right there. So you can see this man was made of cast iron, and It's just no telling how heavy this thing was. Still got some remnants of wood right there. So then you got the wheels right there. Pretty impressive. All right, we'll get a few photos of this, and then we're gonna move on to another section. Okay, so I've totally backtracked to the other side, and since the one upper level was blocked, so you have to come around the back side and head up through this section right here. This section right here was actually part of the manway for this mine right here. Keep going and going and going. The mine was still open. It would take you directly outside up on top. But this is part of the manway passage right here. So, all right. Let's see about heading up here. All right, let me get past all this right here. Don't slip. Stuff in my hand, so get up here. Okay, that little narrow opening up there, that would keep leading to the upper sections, but don't feel like crawling and getting too dirty today, so I'm gonna hold off on that one. So that's a look back down right there. You got this other section right over here. Like I said, they just hollowed out these upper levels. Can't even believe that's still standing. Unreal. That's all carved out right there. Pretty impressive. All right, so what we're going to do is head directly over to that other side. Okay, crossed over and going to be heading to another section right there. This right here is the upper level of the slope right here, slope mine. So we're going to be crossing over in this direction right here. Take a look around on the upper levels of this mine right here. Got a manageable water pipe right there. So, all right, get over this and see what else is over there. Okay, so we've crossed into another section, another upper level section here. Like I said, all these go back to the 1890s, early 1890s in this section. And that right there is a breakthrough, and that's one steep drop down. That's about a good 50 feet straight down, not straight down, but sloping down to the bottom level right there. So, don't want to go that route. So this mine had two parallel manway entrances and passageways parallel the slope. And looking up right there, that is the other manway, passageway. And back in the day, that would have gone straight out. Probably about, I don't know where I'm standing, maybe 200 plus feet to the surface. So just have a look around over here. Some timber supports over there. And we may double back and go up there and look at that. But anyway, we'll head over there in this direction. All right. All that rotted wood, just had a lot of timber supports in here. So those are still standing right there. I still got the cribbing in it. Right there. All right. Yeah. That should be another breakthrough. It is. Around the corner now. All right. You see drill marks everywhere. All right, just have a look around here for a minute, and then we're going to start heading on back to another section. Okay, had to take a break. Get some liquids in me to hydrate, change a few batteries out for these lights. So this is came back here just to check this out. This right here is the one of the manway passageways that would have led to the outside. So you can see right there the light is a drill mark. So I got a cave in way up there. So, like I said, we'll just have a look around here for a minute. We'll start heading on back down. So they did a rough stack on this. These upper levels are almost endless. All right, I'll have a look around here for a few minutes, and then we're going to make our way on back down this way. Okay, so come back down to that section of the manway passage right there, and going to start heading back towards the entrance there. This was just to check out some of the old upper levels of this mine that was opened in 1889. Stayed in operation until about 1927. So all these sections range from 1889 to about 1900. So anyway, we'll get up over here, maybe film one more, and that'll pretty much do it. All right, so back on the section of the main slope, the upper level. And what we're going to do is just take this down And we're going to head back towards the entrance here, which is a little ways away. But anyway, interesting to check some of this out. A few areas have not been into before, but most of it I have. So, but great piece of mining history here. So, all right. Still got one of the big rail sections, water pipe. Had two water pipes. There's another one right there. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get on up out of here. Make my way back towards the entrance. All right. Back to the starting point right here. Got a lot more daylight now. So go ahead and end this. This was just a field trip in to check out the some upper level sections of this old mine. Some not visited before, others have. But anyway, didn't see any critters in here, which that's always good except for the bats. So sometimes you see raccoons. They're pretty funny. So just stay away from them though, because you know they could be rabid. You just don't know. But anyway, good trip. There goes some more bats. They're not happy with the light. We'll go ahead and get on up out of here. Good little early morning trip.